extreme weather, and Hurricane Beryl downgraded a short time ago to a tropical storm. Beryl making landfall today as a Category 2 hurricane with estimated winds of 110 miles per hour. The storm hammered Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, wreaking havoc at major resorts there. Meantime, there's an ongoing wildfire emergency in California and a dangerous and lethal heat wave there. Thousands forced to evacuate as those scorching temperatures are making fighting those fires even harder. And in Jamaica, people there are still recovering from heavy flooding and damage after Beryl ripped through that island earlier this week. The storm already blamed for at least 9 deaths in the Caribbean, damaging or destroying 95% of homes on 2 islands in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. We're covering every angle of this extreme weather. We do want to bring in ABC News meteorologist Dan Emiranti. Dan, what is the latest track of this storm?
Yeah, Jay, it's going to be heading into the Gulf of Mexico fairly shortly. The storm is still over land at the moment. It's over the Yucatan Peninsula, which has really done a number on the organization of this storm. You know how sometimes strong hurricanes can have that typical almost buzzsaw look with the eye right in the middle? This does not have that anymore, and that's part of the reason why it's been downgraded. But it's kind of almost split a little bit into 2 chunks, 2 pieces here. So we'll continue to watch this as it goes into the Gulf of Mexico. But that storm still with pretty strong winds on it, 70 miles per hour, gusts up to 115 miles per hour. But it is a tropical storm and will likely remain as such for the next few hours or even the next day or so. By Sunday morning, we're talking about it strengthening back into a hurricane as it feeds off of those warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico. And then it makes a run in the direction of the Texas coast. Now, a lot of people along the Texas coast have to watch this extremely closely, as we've been mentioning the last several days. Prepare for a Category 3. Now, the forecast at this point takes it into southern Texas as a strong Category 1. But as I said, prepare for a Category 3 because we're talking about strong winds, storm surge, and possibly some gusty winds as well. So we'll be watching that closely. But the National Hurricane Center announced that they will be issuing some advisories on this a little later on today. Jay?
Dan, thank you for tracking that for us. I want to turn now and bring in Missy and Tina Wujek, who are on vacation in Cancun, where Hurricane Beryl hit. Missy, tell us about what happened. Firstly, we are so glad that you were safe. Tell us about what happened. What did you see, and what is it like there now?
So it kind of started, we didn't really think a lot was going to happen. Because leading up to it, it sounded like we were getting maybe a Category 1 or it'd be a tropical storm. But then on the 3rd, they sent out a letter saying like, oh, here are the precautions we're taking. And yesterday, even up until about 4 p.m., it was sunny. We were all out at the pool. We had a bit of a laugh about it because we were like, this seems like everything's going to be okay. And then like 4:30, the wind started. And that's when it got a little scary. We came up to our room and they kind of locked everybody down into the hotel. And around 9:30, just the big gusts of winds came. And that's when you started hearing the rain pounding. And even today, it actually just started up again. We actually just started getting a lot of wind because you can hear it against the windows. So fortunately, this hotel has been great. Paradisus Cancun has taken so many precautions. And it's scary, but at the same time, they have handled it so well. And reassuring to our family, too, that, they know where we're at and they know, this resort takes care of their guests. So hopefully we'll be able to get out tomorrow. We don't really know yet, though. We just got an alert that our flight might be canceled, but they haven't said much else.
Missy and Tina, thank you very much. We have limited time, so I do want to very quickly turn to Jacqueline Lee and bring you in on this extreme heat, those wildfires in California. What is the latest? What do you know?
Jay, more than 232 wildfires exploded in California just yesterday, burning more than 1,300 acres. Now, a concern right now is the French fire in Mariposa County. Not only did more than 1,000 people have to evacuate, but it shut down the main highway going into Yosemite National Park. This comes right after the Thompson fire outside Sacramento. Firefighters did get a handle on it overnight. Now it is 46% contained with a total of 25 structures destroyed. Now, of course, Jay, when you look at the factors contributing to these wildfires, there are several things you have to take into account. The most important ones are heat and wind. As you know, the West is going through a historic heat wave. Death Valley expected to go up to 129 degrees, which is just a few degrees shy of the hottest temperature ever recorded on Earth, which is 134 degrees. And of course, as we look forward into the rest of the fire season, officials are concerned about prolonged heat and how that can lead to more wildfires. Jay.
Dan Emeranti, Jacqueline Lee, thank you to you both, and to our guests, Missy, Wujek, and Tina, thank you very much for your time.